All right, welcome back, Student of the Game podcast. All right, so I want to share something with y'all about the movie Child's Play. All right, the movie Child's Play, check this out. I saw this movie when I was probably about like 6 years old. Six? Yeah, I was 6 years old. I don't think I was seven. But, so me, my mom, my dad, and my brother, okay, we're in the mall, okay? And what we used to do back in the day, we used to go to the mall on Saturday, and then after we leave from the mall, we will go to the movie theater. The movie theater. Then after that, what we'll do is we'll go, we'll watch a movie, all right? Now, every time we was in the mall, I'm like, we're going to the movies. We're going to the movies, all right? I love the movies, all right? And I'm like, what movie are we going to go see? And they kept saying, we're going to go see Child's Play. I'm like, oh, cool. A kid's movie. Child's Play. That sounds cool. I had no idea what Child's Play was. I did not see a preview or a trailer or a commercial or anything. All right, so I'm like, all right, I can't wait to see this movie. So we go into the movie. All right, we see the young kid, Andy. I'm like, hey, that's cool. He looked like he's about my age. Awesome. That's dope, right? And then he showed his mom what he want for his birthday, and it was the good guy doll. All right, now, growing up, all right, we had what we call my buddy. They had a doll called My Buddy, My Buddy, My Buddy, My Buddy, My Buddy and Me. I sincerely apologize for my singing. I know it's crap. But anyways, and also for the girls, they had what they call Kid Sister. Kid Sister, Kid Sister, Kid Sister, Kid Sister, Kid Sister and Me. I didn't want Kid Sister. I wanted My Buddy. All right. Now, on Child's Play, they had what they call the good guy dolls. Okay, so I'm like, wow, I can relate to this kid. I wanted my buddy for Christmas or for my birthday. Okay, I wrote it. I had my letters to Santa and everything. I want a my buddy. All right, now in this movie, of course, in Child's Play, you're watching the movie. I'm like, okay, and I'm like, all right. I'm like, man, his mom. See, like you see. That mom right there, she is really trying to get her son that my buddy, that good guy doll. She got the intel. She went to a doggone alley, a scary dark alley at nighttime, around all sorts of people or whatever, and got the doll. Okay, so she gets the doll. Now we fast forward to, all right, the babysitter getting killed. And so I'm like, hold up. What's going on here? And I'm like, okay, did Andy do that? And I'm like, okay, my buddy doll wouldn't do such a thing. So I assume the good guy doll would not do such a thing, right? Okay, so you fast forward to the movie because at that point of the movie in Child's Play, about halfway through the movie, you're still trying to figure out, okay, well, is it Andy doing this or is it the doll? And he's just using the doll as an excuse, okay, as a cover up, all right. So we haven't figured that out for sure. I know I have not, but there was a scene where Andy's mom, okay, she grabbed the doll because here's the thing. She got tired of, she's like, okay, well, my son Andy is steady saying that this doll is telling him these things. And she wasn't believing it. So what she did was she said, okay, let's see what's going to happen here. She picked the doll up and she's like, okay, she's pulling the buttons. He's like, hi, I'm Chucky. You want to play? Oh, you're my friend to the end. So she's like, talk to me. Tell me what you told Andy. We're friends to the end. And she's like, talk to me. So what she does is she turns the doll around and she was getting ready to take the batteries out. But when she opened up the top for the batteries, all right, there's no batteries. There's no batteries right there. So soon as she does that, Chucky turns his head around Exorcist style and says, hi, I'm Chucky. You want to play? He was very aggressive with it, right? And then she just threw the doll down. And I'm like, as a kid, I'm like, okay, so she immediately drops the doll. Okay, and then the doll rolls up under the couch. And then she bends down, and man, I'm just like, oh my goodness, that doll is gonna jump out and just get her. Okay, I'm like, she needs to get out the house. All right, now she was able to get the doll. She grabs the doll. She says, "Speak, speak, say something." She said, "Okay, you're not gonna say anything. Okay, if you're not gonna say anything, how about I put you in this fire?" And that's when the real life Chucky comes to life. He turns his head around and he says, and his face just frowns up. It goes from to just evil. Like, you ever see John Gruden look mad? That's the look, all right? To evil, pure evil. And says, "You stupid witch. I teach you to mess with me." Oh, and start biting her. And then as he screamed and jumped on her, I'm screaming, jumping up and down in the chair. And I'm like, ah, ah, ah. I'm doing all that, okay? And it was worse because I was like 6 years old, 5, 6 years old, okay? It was a lot worse, okay? I could like hit a lot of high pitches at that age, all right? I could crack a glass, all right? And I'm just screaming, and my mom and my dad are like, "Okay, calm down, Tavares, calm down." And my brother is just like, oh, scared. He all scared and stuff. Like, man, stop acting weak, man. And, you know, he's 5 years older than me. So I'm like, man, I'm not acting weak. This is scary, right? And then, you know, I calmed down after that scene was over because I figured, well, that was it, right? That was it. Well, the scene where Chris Sarandon's character, who plays the detective, while he's driving, Chucky is up under the seat, jabbing a knife up under his seat. And then the car ends up turning over, and the car is upside down. And Chucky gets out, and all of a sudden, Chris Sarandon, he's stuck up, you know, in his seat. He can't move. He has his gun, but he can't move. He can't see all around him. And so Chucky is just circling around, doing that laugh. So all of a sudden, it got quiet. And then, bam, Chucky came in, oh, with his knife in his hand, and Chris Sarandon, boom, shot him. And Chucky went flying back. And then he took off. And then that's when Chucky found out that he can be killed, all right? But after that scene, yeah, I was even louder on that scene, all right? And then that's when, yeah, mom and dad said, "All right, let's go. We're not going to be able to watch this movie." And for about 3 years, about 4 years, when I was about 10, I was scared of Chucky. I had a fear of Chucky. I didn't get over my fear of Chucky until I was about 10 years old, because it got to the point I'm like, you know what? I can just kick the living snot out of him. You know what I'm saying? And he charged me with that knife. I can throw I can throw things at him. All right? And just boom, 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 boom. I'm not scared of him anymore. And so went back. Yeah, I was about 10 years old when I finally went back and saw the rest of Child's Play. And saw the second one, and I saw the third one. All right, so, but yeah, that movie Child's Play, to this day, like, that's still one of my favorite horror franchises. Chucky, you know, it left a big impact on me growing up as a kid, you know. But I eventually got over that fear, and sometimes in life you gotta face your fears, right? But I thought about showing that to my kids one day, you know, when they were like 6 and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna do that to them. And the thing about my kids, you know, they'll probably, I haven't shown it to them yet because of my fear. And my fear is that they're gonna look at that and be like, "Daddy, you was scared of a little doll? You could have did this, you could have did that, you could have did that." I mean, and then I'm gonna feel like crap. And then they're not gonna respect me. But anyways, hey, what was your initial reaction when you saw Child's Play? How old were you when you saw it? Did it scare you as much as it scared me? Maybe it didn't. You probably laughed at it. All right. Share your thoughts in the comment section below and hit that like button, that subscribe button. Student of the Game Podcast. Peace out.